Welcome to my garden. Today we're going to talk about yarrow. Now, if you were in Victorian times and you received a bouquet with yarrow, it was to mend a broken heart, which isn't too far off because as an herb, it was used many times to dress wounds and actually get the flow of blood started so wounds would heal faster. So there was some thought behind it. The dyes come in a package, a seed package, and you'll notice these ladder type effects. Those actually will build your base that will hold the little flowers. And that's on a little card right here. And then you've got the feather type of leaves that are so typical of yarrow that grows up the stalk. We're going to start off with building the base, as I'll call it. Each one of these is cut with the scissors in half. And I've already done this one here. Let's do the smaller one. If you just go and cut. And then what you're going to do is take your tweezers, again with that little tab on this side, and this is a longer piece. We're going to actually put the glue down the strip. Now I've done this one so we can start with the center, because you might think large first, medium, and small, but in actuality, we're going to go with the small first and create that. The next size would be the medium, and that's where I'll show you how to do the glue and dab it on there. And instead of rolling that up separately, you're going to start and roll it around the center of the small one. You can use your hands to do this. It's just creating that base, and they're going to get fanned out later. The last one is the largest one, and again, I'm going to cut each of the filaments in half and then put some glue onto the strip there, and I'm going to roll that around the base. Because this is kind of a flat, opened up kind of umbrella flower. Let's get that caught in there, and you can see I'm going to roll it pretty tightly around there. It creates a nice base to hold your flower and provide for your leaves. Now once that's secure, go ahead and just fan them out like so, and you've got those smaller ones in there. Once that's done, you can glue it right onto your project. I'm going to go over here to the non-stick pad and just put a little bit on this. Now the flowers that came on the die cut, they were all in one card like this. Go ahead and cut them. They come in yellows and salmon and white and cream. They're placed on the pad, and each one is cupped. So that means put the small end of the stylus onto the center and press down. You're going to do that to each one of those. We're going to add a little bit of glue to the end of the flower, and then we're just going to start adding it to the projections. And you're going to fill that in like I've done on this one. It's just a matter of using the base and filling it full of flowers. Now to give it the look of yarrow, which has that kind of fuzzy look, I've gone through and done a few of these, but I'm going to do a little bit more. I'm going to take the toothpick and just dab a little bit of glue in areas, and then I'm going to take my pollen here and just sprinkle it on. And then I can hold it over either and tap it, and that gives you that nice texture that you see in yarrow. Finally, the leaves are done with just a simple stem line down the center, and I've just placed them wrong side down, added the line, and then used my tweezers to pinch up on it. And I've done that for as many as you'd like to do. Now the little trick, if you can look back at this first sample, you see how it stands up. I'm actually going to bend the leaf a little bit backwards and apply some glue, because it does climb up the stalk. So on these here, you can see how they're up against that base and they've climbed. See if this is set enough, I can do this one on. It actually becomes part of the flower. But yarrow is one of those drought-resistant plants that I have in my garden, and I hope you like it in yours.